Hey guys, how's it going? It's Joy. So, I am back with another video. I know it is a lot later than usual, you guys, but I'm not going to be on here too long. We're just going to have a topic that we're going to talk about. You guys, please feel free to ask me some questions. We could do like a Q&A where, you can ask me about your situation with your narcissist, or you can ask me questions about me in general. Yes, everybody come in the room. Please feel free to announce yourself, say hello. Make sure that you guys do give this video a like. If you are watching me for the first time, so my name is Joy and I help people overcome narcissistic abuse. So I have been dealing with narcissists since 2010, and since 2016, I have been helping people overcome narcissistic abuse. So that's pretty much my story. So I've actually dealt with a female narc, a male narc, and a borderline. So that's kind of like how I started this whole journey helping people with narcissists. So today, you guys, I want to talk about why we feel so much pain after the relationship with the narcissist is pretty much done and over with. Or we may feel pain while we're in the relationship, but I just want to talk about why. And you guys, please feel free to share your feedback, your comments on what you think, why we feel so much pain. But just my situation in particular, I think for one, with my aunt, I think I felt a lot of pain because I felt like, she was family. I wasn't like adopted or anything. So this was actually like blood family that I was dealing with here, And I just felt like she really just didn't care. I felt like she just was saying, okay, it doesn't matter like where you came from, it doesn't matter what you've been through, I'm still just gonna act this way, no matter how it makes you feel, no matter how it affects you, this is just, it is what it is, with like no remorse, no sympathy, no regrets, just like, hey, it is what it is, So yeah, I guess I just felt betrayed. I felt like lied to. I felt tricked. You know what I mean? So I think that's why I felt a lot of pain. And even I guess like while living with her, I guess I didn't know, of course, that she was a narc, but I noticed that I always would isolate myself a lot. And I would always have plans to leave, like, to kind of separate myself away from her because I knew like something wasn't right. And at the time I'd be talking to my friends at the time about what was going on. And they're telling me like, yeah, Joy, you need to leave. You know what I mean? So that was why I think I felt a lot of pain. And then I think too, though, I just felt like she should have been there for me. I felt like at that time I was like 17 when I started living with her. So I felt as if she was like my caregiver. And I felt like, although she knew the situation that I came from, meaning, my brother, he actually ended up getting killed. And I left Delaware to go to live with her to kind of start a new life, and I guess in her mind, that didn't matter. She really could care less. It was just all about, what she wanted. And, I guess she was just trying to make herself feel better by like putting me down, while living with her and, basically crushing my dreams, crushing my aspirations and the things, that I wanted for myself. You know what I mean? And as far as, why I felt a lot of pain when it came to the male narc and the borderline is because, and you guys let me know, how did you feel, after everything happened? Like, why did you feel so much pain? But me personally, it was just, I felt used. I felt mistreated. I felt like they didn't love me. I felt like they didn't care about me. And just so you guys know, I don't come on YouTube or make these videos because I'm like, oh yeah, I'm looking for someone. Because I mean, for one, I'm already talking to someone, but it's just like, I'm just kind of letting you guys know what happened. You know what I mean? But as far as the pain though, yeah, I just felt like I wasn't appreciated. I wasn't valued. I felt like I wasn't like the people that I dealt with, like they didn't really see me for who I really was. They didn't appreciate what I had to offer. They didn't appreciate my value. You know what I mean? I guess that's where a lot of the pain came from. And then too, I will say some of the pain probably came from my childhood. And you guys let me know if you kind of had the same correlation where maybe the narc and or the borderline reminded you of your parents. You know what I mean? So it's almost as if you were trying to heal that part of you that was still maybe hurting, that still wanted maybe love and attention, that didn't really get it when you were a kid or when you was a child. And maybe the narc could have showed up as that person, and it's like they crushed your dreams again, like they rejected you, they abandoned you, they ghosted you, you know what I mean? They chose someone else over you, you know, because you always could have felt like maybe your parents could have treated other people better than you, or maybe they, you know, when people would come over to the house, they'd be like, hey, be quiet, like the person is coming over, and trying to make it seem like other people were important. Not saying that that's what it meant, but that's maybe how you internalize it as a kid, you know what I mean? So so yeah, I guess, you know, that. And then I don't know, a lot of the pain came from, you know, just seeing the narc with the new supply, and even the borderline, he had moved on to a new supply. And I don't know, to me, that was very, very hurtful. That was very hurtful. And again, I think it had a lot to do with, again, the relationship that I had with my mom. You know, she's a very sweet lady. Even to this day, she's very sweet. But I guess, I mean, and she even told me, she admitted it. She's like, hey, you know, Joy, she just doesn't, I guess at the time when her and my dad, they had me and my brother, I guess she, excuse me, she just wasn't prepared for it. You know what I mean? I guess like in a financial way. And so I guess at that time, you know, she had to do what she had to do. And it just came to a point where luckily my dad, he was kind of in a better mind frame. And he was able to take care of me and my brother at the time. God bless him. And, you know, he's a good guy. But yeah, so I think that's where a lot of the pain comes, you know, like the rejection, again, the abandonment, just feeling like I wasn't good enough, feeling like I wasn't worthy enough, you know what I mean? Because like I felt like, you know, me and the narc at the time, we were talking for a long time, and never ever did he post pictures of us. He didn't say like, you know, announce to like his family and or friends that we were like talking like that, or he didn't really like, I guess, make it a notice to show that I was important to him. You know what I mean? Versus him doing that to the new supply. And I'm not sure like how long he knew that person for. Not that it even mattered, but I just felt like he was treating me as if I meant nothing to him. And I knew that that wasn't true. So I just felt a lot of pain because of that, you know? And CJ, what's going on? How are you? Welcome. What are you guys up to this evening? I know it's a little late. Did you guys do anything earlier today? I know most of you are probably getting ready for bed. I know me myself, after this video, I'm probably going to do that. But yeah, I'm happy to be in the room with you guys. Hopefully you guys had a good weekend. Hopefully it wasn't too much going on for you all. But yeah, so like I said, that's, I think, the reason why a lot of us could feel a lot of pain. And it's very, very hurtful. I guess too, though, when you're dealing with a narcissist and after, you know, the relationship ends, I feel like a lot of us too, we feel pain because we felt like we wasted our time. You know, we probably feel like we wasted a lot of years. We wasted a lot of our resources, a lot of assets, maybe even finances, or it's like we invested everything into this person and we thought that they were the one, and it just turns out it wasn't. But then not only that, to kind of, you know, make it worse, just kind of stab you in the heart a little bit more, they're giving everything that they promised to you to this new person. Or it may not be new to the narc, but it's probably new to you because maybe you've never seen this person before. You know what I mean? But I'm sure the narc was probably already talking to that new supply prior to them, like I said, maybe ghosting you, disappearing, abandoning you, rejecting you, you know, humiliating you, that kind of thing. But yes, it is definitely a lot of pain that we feel. And my heart does go out to those of you that have, you know, been discarded by a narc, been humiliated, heartbroken. You know, I definitely know what that feels like. And it's not anything that I would ever wish on anyone, you know. So definitely my condolences to all of you guys. CJ, you said, yeah, wasted time. I get back. Yeah. And to be honest, yes, we waste time, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys. We also learn though, it's like sometimes we have to learn the hard way, dealing with, a narcissist, a toxic person, someone that's unhealthy, someone that's destructive and harmful to a lot of us. We have to learn the hard way because sometimes, oh, you said you can't get your time back. So I don't know. For me, I feel like a lot of us, yeah, I think we regret it too, right? We regret it. We feel a lot of remorse. And I think some of us, it's almost like we can't, we're angry. We're angry at ourselves. And it's like we can't forgive ourselves, right? Because it's like, yeah, I mean, aren't we all taught like, oh, forgive your neighbor, forgive those that hurt you, forgive those that do evil against you. But nobody talks about forgiving yourself. Like, have you guys ever thought about that? Like, is it hard to forgive yourself? You know what I mean? And me personally, you guys, it was so hard because again, just like CJ said, I felt like I wasted so much time that I couldn't give back because I was dealing with the narcissist, you guys, from age 21 to 24, right? Yeah, because I met him in 2010. And then I finally went no contact with him in 2014. Yeah. So all that time, that's a lot of time. 4 years. It's like I felt like I wasted like my younger years. But luckily, when I was dealing with him, it wasn't like I was like fully invested because something deep down inside was telling me like, hey, something is off. It's not what it seems. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I guess it was just my younger, vulnerable self, and what do they say, like naive or whatever. I was young. I'm 31 now. I'm still young, but it's like I have a lot more wisdom now. I have a lot more knowledge about what happened, But I don't know. It was just I just felt like tricked. I felt like, man, like this person manipulated me, and that was just very painful, and I don't know too, you guys, I felt like a lot of the pain I felt like my dreams were like destroyed or shattered. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what do you guys think? Did you feel shattered in any way? Like, I forget that one song. I think who is that singer? It's called Shattered or something like that. It's such a sad song. I don't recommend listening to it, especially if you're going through like, the pain and the heartbreak of all of it. So don't listen to that song. But I'm trying to see. I want to find the name of that song. But only if you've like for sure moved on, you're in that heal. I mean, even if you're in a healing stage, you could still think about it and it may make you feel some type of way. But I want to find out what it's called. Hold on, guys. Well, the artist, I mean, who's the artist that has that song? It's called Shattered. It's an R&B singer. Shattered. She's an R&B. I think it's Seven Streeter. Do you guys know her? Seven Streeter, yeah. It's called Shattered. This is the beginning of it. Hold on. Google career certificates provided. Let me know if you guys see. Yeah, don't you feel like you were deceived? Like it's hurtful. It really is. See, this is what it is, you guys. Can you hear this? It's such a sad song, but I always like to listen to it, like just like memories. I love this song. Don't know where we went wrong. Why you gotta come to this? But yeah, no, I think she has a beautiful voice. But anyway, yeah, that song Shattered. I don't know. I guess in that song, she's just kind of talking about like a heartbreak. Like, I'm gonna let y'all hear the one part like a lot. Can't get caught up throwing stones at a glass house. If you look in the mirror, and I look in the mirror, ain't nobody perfect. Ain't nobody perfect. Cause you keep pointing fingers, and I keep pointing fingers. It's like we're throwing stones. I don't know if she's still doing music now, like, but I really like this song a lot. I guess I used to listen to this song a lot when I was after I ended the relationship with the borderline. Oh, this is the intro. Well, the chorus. Yeah, I like that song. But anyway, But yes, you guys, yeah, like CJ said, the deception is real. Excuse me. And I don't know, I feel like it could take a lot of us a long time, not only to trust ourselves, but to trust others. And I think that was a big thing for me too, though. Like, just accepting, like, okay, yes, I was tricked. Yes, I was deceived. And just, I felt angry because of that. I felt like I should have known. But it's like, we don't know, you know what I mean? Because if we did, we wouldn't have went through it. So, um, yeah, it's the unfortunate part. But again, it does make us into better people. And it's like, it's up to us to decide, how we are going to let a situation affect us. You know what I mean? So it's like, are we going to become just like the narc? And I actually had, I remember when I used to drive for Lyft and Uber when I was living in LA at the time. And I don't know if I told you guys this story or not, but there was this girl, and I was dropping her off somewhere. And she was asking me, she's like, yeah, so what do you do? And I was telling her I help people with narcissistic abuse. She was like, oh my God, she felt like the guy that she was dealing with was a narc. She was no longer talking to him anymore, though. But because of like what she went through, she had started talking to someone else. And she felt like she became like the guy that she used to deal with. She felt like it was a narc. She became just like him. You know what I mean? And you don't want that to happen to you. And she was basically saying like, she didn't really like reach out to nobody for help. Like she just kind of moved on to the next person. And that happens a lot, because I get it, because a lot of people don't want to feel like they're a burden. They don't want to feel weak for asking for help. But trust me, it's no weakness. It's strength, because it definitely shows that you want to change, and we deserve it. We deserve to be better after dealing with narcs, because they can really destroy your life, and they will do it with a smile. They will do it, moved on to the next person, treating that new person like how you should have been treated, treating them a lot better than how they treated you. You know what I mean? But don't get fooled by that, because that good treatment that you may be seeing, because maybe you're like watching the narc, you're stalking them and doing all that stuff. And it's no judgment, because trust me, I did it too for a long time, probably for like a good 6 months. I was literally obsessed. I was addicted to it, Hey, Gary, what's going on? So yeah, I was addicted to watching the narcissist page, and trust me, it happens, but you definitely want to get over that. But yes, trust and believe that they will treat that new supply the same way that they treated you. It may take a while though, because a lot of the times when the narc moves on to that new supply, they're trying to secure it. Depending on how that new supply is, what they had, the offer and all that kind of stuff, they will be nice to them for a long while, maybe even have a kid, maybe even get married, and you can feel like, oh my God, like, was I not good enough? Like they didn't want to have a child with me. They didn't want to get married to me, but it has nothing to do with you and everything to do with the narc and everything to do with the new supply. You know what I mean? And CJ, you said, how long did it take for you to get over it and start back dating? That's a good question. Yeah. To get over it fully, I would say 2017, because I had met 2016, because I was dealing with the borderline in 2016. I had cut him off and I was finally ready to start dating. So I would say 2016. So yeah. And it brought more awareness. Yes, CJ, it did bring a lot more awareness. And make sure y'all give this video a like. And if y'all do want to donate, please feel free to do so to the Live Narc Free Ministries at Cashapp $Coach Joy 510, or at my PayPal, which would be at livenarcfree9@gmail.com. It's always appreciated, you guys. But yes, it can take some time though. Thank you for the like. It can definitely take time to start dating. I do not recommend doing it sooner than it's time for you, like when you're ready, right? Like don't do it if you're still thinking about the past, or like your narc or other people that have hurt you. Don't do it, because you're going to end up hurting that new person. You're not going to really be emotionally available. You know what I mean? And it just wouldn't be good. I think it'll do a lot of harm than good, because you're not only are you going to bring back karma, but you're going to be hurting that person, and you're going to be hurting yourself essentially, because it's like you probably still haven't forgiven the narc, and you probably haven't forgiven yourself. You know what I mean? Because I think a lot of the pain comes from, I think it's just us being upset at ourselves, because we're just like, why did I stay with them for so long? Like, why did I put up with that? You know what I mean? It's like, we're like, man, I should have known better. Like, why didn't I listen to my intuition? Because trust me, I was thinking all of those things as well. I was like, man, like he first off, he lied to me, told me he was single, and he actually wasn't, but I still stuck it out, and was actually, demeaning me, humiliating me in front of, my friends. When we be out on dates, he'll be flirting with people in front of my face just to see my reaction, and canceling dates that we had scheduled, at the last minute, he said he canceled it, and talking down on other people a lot, to try to make himself feel better, always saying that his exes were crazy. Like, beware of that. If somebody talks about their exes like too much and, pointing the finger, it's like, okay, it takes two, was it something wrong with you too? Not saying it's anything wrong, but I'm saying, like, that person has issues and we have issues too, but it's just a matter of us taking responsibility. You know what I mean? So yeah. And Gary, you says, do you feel that they ever forgot about us after moving on? No, not at all. They don't ever forget about us. And usually the hardcore narcs think that they own you. And that's usually the reason why they hoover you a lot. They contact you all the time. Well, just depends. Like, if they know that you care about them, if they know that you love them, then they will reach out to you periodically, maybe like once a month, maybe even once a year. But yeah, you'll definitely hear from them. It could be 6 months, but they usually won't let you go, and that's the unfortunate part. And now my narc in particular, or the narc, when I stopped dealing with him, I didn't hear from him. Let me see, this was March. I went on a business conference. When was that? I think that was August. I heard from him in August. And then I would have it where there would be like third parties would call my phone and they would ask for the narc. And I'm just thinking, like, I'm not the narc, so why would you call my phone? You know what I mean? So yeah, it was just crazy. And then he would have people add me as a friend on Facebook and like poke me. Like, he did have, I guess it was like one of his best friends. He added me as a friend on Facebook after me and a narc stopped talking. And then he was like, basically like a flying monkey pretty much. But yeah, I would have like private numbers calling my phone constantly. I was actually pretty scared. I don't think I ever shared this with you guys, but I was pretty scared because I didn't know like what the narc was going to do. Luckily, he didn't have my address. I'm so happy that I never invited him over to come to where I was at. Well, actually, I did invite him, but I turned him down because I found out he was with a new supply. And I'm just like, no, I'm not second place. Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't ever settle for being second best, whether you're a guy or a girl. It goes both ways, And so it's always two sides of the story, right? It's always two sides. You're so right, CJ. And but yeah, so like I said, I would just encourage all of you guys to don't let the pain get you down. I know you may feel it right now, and it's going to take some time. So don't rush. Like, please try to just take it one day at a time, and don't beat yourself up. Please, please, please try to forgive yourself. And I know that takes time too in itself, because you're going to be mad at yourself. You're probably going to be angry. You're probably going to be angry more than anything. But it's okay. You may want to find different ways of coping with your anger. One of the things, I know this is kind of random, but I used to scream a lot. Of course, there was nobody around. But there would be like this yoga class that I would do. And I literally would say, yoga saved my life. But we would have this one instructor, and in the beginning of the yoga class, he would be like, okay, you guys, stand up. And he was just like, I want you to just scream, just scream to the top of your lungs and just let everything out, just release it, and just, you feel a lot better. And of course, we were out in the public, so it wasn't like a big deal. And all of us were doing the same thing. But I remember like we did that like 3 times, and it was like super helpful. Now, if you don't have that ability to do that, as far as like going in an outside experience like that or being in a class, I would recommend like doing it in your car, doing it in your room, maybe doing it while you're in the shower, but maybe like when nobody's home. You know what I mean? Because people probably thinking like, what the heck is going on? Or like in a park or something like that where you feel comfortable, and just like let it out, you know? Another thing is maybe you can go boxing. A lot of people let out their anger like that. But you will feel a lot of anger though. I will say that, right? And some of us, not all, we could feel jealous because maybe we may see the narc with a new supply. And please, please, please do not think that that person is better than you, because they're not, right? It's usually that new supply is not maybe wanting anything out of life, or maybe they are okay in life, but maybe they just don't have standards like you do. You know, maybe they just accept whatever comes at them. You know, maybe they just want to be in a relationship at any cost, you know, and you're not like that. Maybe you have things that you want. You have things that you're looking for in a person, and don't change that based off of what happened with you and a narc. And you feel like, oh, I just need to have anybody just because I'm lonely. You know, please try not to do that, you know? So, Gary, you said it seems that they always find someone new. They have many options, even recycle people from the past. Oh, yeah. And they also call that monkey branching. So usually sometimes if you're dealing with the narc, and maybe, I don't know, the narc can probably get a feeling that maybe you're going to discard them, or maybe you're not listening to them as much, or you're not stroking their ego. Then they may monkey branch back to an ex just because they're used to that ex. They're more comfortable. That ex is not going to challenge them to be better, because most narcs, and it depends on the caliber of the narc, but a lot of them are just okay, like with just being average, you know. And I'm not saying like, oh, like we're bigger and better than them, but some of them, they're not looking to grow. They're not looking to evolve. They're not looking to expand. You know what I mean? So that's usually sometimes they'll just monkey branch to an ex, or they'll just look for someone that may be like a downgrade from you. You know what I mean? So yeah, they never, in my personal opinion, I've never seen narcs upgrade. That's just I don't know what you guys think, but that's just been my experience. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you all for the questions. I'm not going to be on here for too long. I will be back next Sunday. Oh, and I also wanted to let you guys know, if you haven't already, I did come out with my new 90-day coaching program called Turn Your Pain into Power. So if any of you guys are interested in that, please feel free to visit the website. I would love for you guys to join me in that. And it is an additional 50% off. The prices have already been changed. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. And if you are wondering like what's all entailed, the information is on the other video that I did. So be sure to check that out. So yeah, that's all I have to say. And yeah, if y'all don't have anything else y'all want to chat about, that's pretty much it. And don't forget my other 90-day coaching program called Overcome Narcissistic Abuse, which I guide you on how to do that, and or other support sessions that I do offer, especially if you just need someone to talk to, you need to vent, you need clarity about a situation. I'm here for you guys, and I would love to support you in any and all ways that I can. So yeah. Oh, and I did want to mention in regards to the Turn Your Pain into Power, that is basically like a follow-up from the Overcome Narcissistic Abuse. Have a good night, Gary. I'll see you next time. So with that, the Turn Your Pain into Power, just real quick, just in case if you missed the other videos, see you later, CJ. So on that one is basically, again, you just learn how to turn your pain into power. You will be learning about how to start your own coaching business if you want to do something like how I'm doing, or if you just want to learn how to do an online business. I will definitely guide you on that and show you how I have done it. And then you can also learn how to grow an online presence and potentially learn how to be an online entrepreneur, whether if you want to do a coaching business or an online business full-time or part-time. It's really up to you guys. And just reclaim your life back again and just take your power back, because I understand like a lot of us, after we deal with narcissists, we kind of just feel like, man, like our life is just over. Like there's no reason for us to live. Like maybe we are nothing. Maybe, the narcissist was right. We're just like how the way that the narc treats us, they make us feel like we're they fit like crap, basically, right? And so I'm just here to let you guys know that's not the case. You can overcome this, and you are worthy of a better life, and you're worthy to live your dreams, So that's what this Live Narc Free page and this ministries is all about. So anyway, I'm signing out. Like I said, if you guys are interested in the coaching program, please don't hesitate to hit me up, visit my website, and yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Take care, stay safe, and I love you guys. Bye.